Mic is on.
All right, mic is on. Hi, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me yet. I don't know if you can see me yet. I'm hoping. We're trying all kinds of new tonight. I am Angie Hunt. We are at LDRS Creative. We're in studio. And we're here for a live class. And I'm super excited to be here. I'm hoping my producer slash husband, Alan, is going to let me know if you guys can see me. Has it come up yet? We're trying new technology. A whole new streaming thing.
I have sound.
You have sound. Do you have picture?
Are you talking to me?
Do you have picture yet?
No.
There's no picture on either of them?
Oh, I got, YouTube has picture.
Okay, YouTube has picture.
Yes.
And what about Facebook? The Facebook page.
Give me a second, I'm trying to mute, I'm hearing all kinds of stuff here. Facebook, I don't have any pictures yet, but maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Okay. Check in with Linnea, see if she's here and see if she can see us on Facebook. Well, we're going to get going. As I said, we are trying a whole new technology tonight to see how this goes because I wanted to be able to schedule things. If you noticed, we're calling this Craft Classes Live. It's no longer going to be a craft along. I think it just makes much more sense if it's craft classes. And, you know, I'd love to give tips and tricks and show you guys how we do things. And, you know, and I love making mistakes for you guys, and then, you know, we can talk about how to correct things too. So hello to everybody. We are still working out a lot of the kinks on this. I can no longer see chat at all. That kind of dawned on us. We figured that out about 15 minutes ago, that I can't see who is here and who is not. I'm literally doing this without, you know, just hoping that people are here. Yeah, it doesn't tell me anything. But anyway, I'm really excited to be here. And this is the very first of the holiday series where we're going to be working. I'm starting to work with our Christmas collection. And so we're going to be having a lot of fun with that. And I'm really excited about it. I played with it a lot this afternoon with very specifically the Holiday Florals, stamps and dies, and I love these. I love this set. I think it's so much fun. It's a solid stamping set. I'm going to show everybody in just a moment. And we're going to switch camera in a moment, but I wanted to welcome everybody one more time. Hopefully we've got, you know, some of you who come here all the time, and hopefully we've got some new faces as well. So we're going to be doing this every Thursday night, continuing at 7 p.m. Eastern. Alan is my husband producer. It looks like he has something to tell me.
We have nothing on Facebook. Do you want me to try?
We have nothing on Facebook.
Want me to try and hit those buttons?
Yeah, go ahead, and we'll see if we can get Facebook rolling. Have you communicated with Linnea?
She said she doesn't have anything either.
Okay, go ahead and see if you could turn it on with the other button. Ah, I am so sorry. Ah. The Facebook page or the Facebook group? Nothing at all?
Either.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is what happens when you try new technology to see what's going to happen.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
All right, so hopefully it's going to come up on Facebook. So let's just give it a minute. Boy, I wish I could see you guys. I wish I could get some, you know, questions answered and see who's here and see where you're from. If you're new to us here at LDRS Creative, we are located in Michigan. And we actually just moved our warehouse and everything, so now we are based in Auburn Hills, Michigan. But it's getting a little chilly here. Excuse me. So it's a perfect time for us to be working with new stamps and new dies, and I could not be more thrilled. How are we doing over there, Alan?
One came up. Hold on.
Okay. Let's go ahead and switch cameras so that for everybody who is already here, we can get rolling. And we'll start talking about this set. This is called Holiday Floral. It's solid stamping. So there's no coloring with this. And it's just a lot of fun. You just get to pick a series of, you know, different colors. This is a 6x8 stamp set. You get 8 stamps in total. And they're all going to layer together. And they're going to create, Alan, will you zoom into camera 3? When these get layered together, you're going to create this beautiful tree, Christmas tree, if you want it to be. I'm going to show you, we're going to do that in a fall kind of motif as well to show you what it could look like if you wanted to use it for fall. And then you also get this beautiful little branch or sprig. And we show you on the back which stamps you're going to use to achieve those looks, and you're just going to layer them up. And I'm going to take you through one of those today. We also have the Holiday Floral dies. Now this die right here, this is actually 3 dies, and I'm going to take you through that as well. It's going to cut out that tree and cut out some layers, and then this one is going to cut out that beautiful little branch there. So how are we doing with it, Alan?
We're good.
Okay, looks like we're good. We are up and running, excuse me, in all locations. I'm so sorry about my little cough. I was told actually just yesterday that my cough may be due to a mold allergy, since it is the mold season here. Yay, yippee-yi-okay. And my mom actually had a mold allergy, so that would make sense if it was handed down to me. But anyway, I'm also going to be working with the Christmas sentiments. This is one of our stack sentiments. And we're going to use the stack shadow die. Alan, I think, I just realized I forgot to grab one of my dies. So let me grab this over here real quick. Here it is, this one right here. So we're going to work with that sentiment stack die number 2, and then we're going to shadow it with the coordinating shadow die. And then we're going to talk about color a little bit. I decided to pull some paper packs. I pulled the Peace and Joy for Christmas. And then I decided to pull Songbird Fields because I wanted to kind of work with some different colors. And then I also grabbed the enamel dots from the McKenna Christmas. So, excuse me. First of all, let me show you what I've got going on. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, we're going to start by stamping. All right, so I've got a piece of cardstock here. This is an A2 piece of cardstock. Now this is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound. It's a really good, thick, heavy cardstock. We're going to start stamping with this. But before I go into that, I want to talk to you about the reason why I pulled these 2 paper packs. I saw somebody's comment. Somebody had made a comment somewhere on Facebook earlier today. I saw where somebody had said that they were considering stopping card making altogether because she had a really difficult time figuring out paper patterns and colors and what goes together and what doesn't, and she was incredibly frustrated. So I thought, you know what? She's probably not the only one who gets frustrated with that. So I thought, Alan, will you come out to camera too? Thank you. So I thought she's probably not the only one who gets frustrated with that. You know, designers, I think, have an easier time with that. One of the things I would suggest to everybody is to look to paper packs or look at even fabric, patterns on fabric and things like that. If you look at those things are usually put together by professionals, and they're usually specialists in color and pattern. So even if I'm not going to use one of the paper packs, I like to grab papers and see what colors really I find striking. What calls out to me. So when I grabbed this paper pack, I was looking actually for fall and for Christmas. So when I grabbed this one, I thought, I really love this. It really speaks to me. I wanted to do something with pinks and blues, as well as something with reds and greens. And so I looked at this paper right here, this one over here with the purple, and then this one over here. And I thought, those have a mix of colors. I could really grab those inks. That's where I get my ink colors from a lot of the time. I look at patterns. So as I started pulling my ink pads together, I decided I didn't want to do purple, so I didn't go with that one. This is the one that I ended up landing on right here. And so this is going to be kind of my color combination for one of these. Actually, it's this one and this one because I like the pink in there as well, but I love that blue back there. So my point is, if you grab one of your paper packs, first of all, at least the way we do them, and I believe most companies do this, all of those colors are going to work together. So if you're coloring characters and things like that, go to a paper pack that you like. Pull those colors from there. It's a great place to start. Start grabbing your markers. You can see what colors look together. And if it's pleasing to your eye when you look at those patterns, you know it's going to be beautiful and pleasing to your eye once you start coloring things up, or once you start layering, colors with cardstock and things like that. And then the same thing goes with this one. I decided that there were, a couple of papers in here, this one in particular, and this one over here as well, that had really pretty colors in them that I thought I could really focus in on some of those colors and do something beautiful with them. So again, go to your patterns. It's a great place to see colors. Even if you're not going to use the papers or the patterns or the fabric or whatever it is, pull your color combinations from those. The work is already done for you. Like I said, there's professionals who design these things. So they're already telling you, hey, this color combination works. So that's what I would do, and that's what I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this. Let me pull out my working set of stamps here. This is the Holiday Floral stamp set right here. This is my working set. This is the one that I get to show you where it all looks clean and beautiful and dandy. One thing I'll tell you too, by the way, when we do these craft classes, we're going to continue doing the giveaways as well. So, make sure you get your comments out there, even if you're just saying hello. I'm from Minnesota. At the end, we're going to be drawing a name from everybody who is still here. You do need to be present to win because you have to hear me call your name, and I'm going to give you a little instruction. But the giveaway is usually some of the items that I use, and we're going to continue doing that with craft classes as well. So this is what I'm going to start with. I'm going to grab my stamping platform here. And so what I was saying before, I have an A2 piece of cardstock. This is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White 110 pound. It's my favorite to work with. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to create the big tree. So I'm going to do it because I've already got one in the Christmas colors. I'm going to do one in the fall colors just so you can see how versatile this set is. And I'm going to go and pull my colors real quick. So I'm going to go to my inks, and all of these, actually, Alan, will you come back into camera 3 real quick so you can really see the colors. So I've got orange, all right here. Let me move this off to the side. Let's do this. All right, so I've got orange because that's in there, and I went with a nice dark orange. I wanted to have, see that beautiful blue? You know what, let me pull the paper out so you can see it. A little bit larger. These are the two. There's that one and this one. Okay, so these are the colors that I wanted to work with right here. All right, between these. And I chose 2 this time because I like that this one has pink in it, and I like that this has that stronger, lighter blue in there. So here are my colors right here. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's go like this. Here's my colors. So I've got that beautiful light pink right there. I could go with 2-tone pink if I wanted, so I could have gone up to a darker one. But I really wanted to pull in that orange, and I went for that darker orange. And then I have the light blue, which is in the background here, and then I have that darker, and it's kind of a blue-green, so then I went with the darker one here. So if you want to know which colors of my hybrid inks, I've got pink tutu. The orange is In Your Face Orange. Little Boy Blue. And then Tropical Sea, which is that kind of blue-green, and that gets into these colors right in here. All right, so that is exactly how I pull my colors. I know they're going to work together because they work together on the papers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set the paper aside. Let's move that over here. And I needed 4 colors because I've got 4 stamps here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I chose 2 of the blue-green colors. Those are going to be the leaves. And like I said, this is solid stamping, so we're going to have like the outline and some of the solid leaves here, and then this is the filler, is the lighter color. And then for the flowers, I wanted 2 colors as well. So we have the larger flower petal, And then we have the center, which is what I'm going to use that orange for that, okay? So let me go ahead and grab my, here it is again. And we're going to get started with this. Now, a couple of little tricks when playing with this. One of the things that I will tell you when you're working with, you know what, let me move this over again. It's too much stuff. When you're working with solid stamps, when you're working with these are photopolymer made right here in the United States. You can see that, you know, some of them, especially when they get long like this, you have those long pieces, I mean, it's photopolymer. You can stretch these. So be careful when you're removing these from the backing. You don't want to stretch them. Some of them get real thin up at the top and stuff like that. And, you know, it is a polymer. So, you know, I would say too, you know, it can be a little tight. It could be, you know, they can bend a little bit or and stretch. So be careful with that. Because of that, now I know where's my packaging again? On the front, on the back of this, we tell you this plus this plus this plus this equals this, all right? You can do these in any order you want. You don't have to start with this stamp and then go to that one and so on and so forth. You can. I actually found that when I start with the centers of them, this is just a little tip, I find that it works better for me because it's easier to line up those the bigger areas. So I'm going to start with the centers of the flowers, and that's this particular stamp right here. All right. So I'm just going to lay that in the middle. That's an A2 piece of cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now the center of mine is going to be that orange. So I'm going to go ahead and let me get my Stampendable. I'm going to go ahead and get this inked up. You know what? I'm going to clean this real quick because it still looks pink to me and I don't think I cleaned it. So I'm going to use my Extreme Clean. Just make sure I get any excess pink off of there because I don't want to taint the color of that orange. I want to get a really good orange. And I can see that that is taking off excess pink, so that is good. When you're working, this is another little tip, when you're working with your ink pads, if you're using, you know, the same brand from one color to the next, which we all do, right? Chances are they're going to, you know, activate each other. So if you have any residue of ink left on your stamps and then you go to stamp with a different color, chances are, you know, you're going to reactivate anything that may have been left there. And a hybrid ink is a combination ink, so it has a permanent quality about it. So it is going to leave a little bit of residue. So, got that inked up in the orange. Just use my Stampendable here to apply even pressure. Give that a moment to sink in to the paper nicely. And there's the little centers of my flowers. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off that excess orange here. Now I know I said I'm making, you know, this is the holiday one. This is the holiday series, right? And then you're saying, well, you're not working with Christmas. Well, I am working with the Christmas stamps. And you will see that I have a Christmassy version of this that I've already stamped out. But I wanted to show you how versatile it is. And so since I already did the Christmas colors, I thought it'd be fun to kind of play with the fall colors. So now when I lay this over, this is the next one. And it makes it easier to line things up. Okay, now I can see where I might want to move these over a little bit, and I find that it's easier to move them over a tiny little bit, to kind of customize the position, and don't be afraid to do this, all right? I want to move that flower over a tiny little bit, so I'm literally just going to slide that over a bit, just a little. And then these three over here, I'm going to just reposition those a bit. Now this is, remember when I said it's photopolymer, so, you know, when we're talking about, you know, it may have stretched a little bit when I pulled it off the first time, because that stuff does happen. Let me move this one back over up a little bit. I do find that this allows me to just kind of customize it a wee bit. Yep, a little bit. Make sure you push it on, because if you don't push it on when you do that, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I think we're good there. So now I'm going to grab that beautiful pink. This is Pink Tutu. And one of the things about the hybrid inks that I like a lot is that if I stamp it once and then I go over it again, it's going to darken it. Okay, so it will build color for me, which I think is really cool. Look how pretty that is. Those almost, when I look at them like that, it actually reminds me of cherry blossoms for some reason when I look at that. So I'm going to go a second time with that pink. And it's just going to make that even darker. Look how pretty those are. So beautiful. Okay, so let's see. Are there any questions for me, Alan? Anybody have any questions?
The biggest question I've seen is why.
Is why what?
Yeah, there's just why.
What? What are you talking about? Alan says the biggest question he's seen is why. I don't understand. Oh, you're letting people know we're trying switchboard instead of Restream?
We'll ask what you were trying.
Oh, hi, Will.
Well, we assume it's Will. I mean, he's...
Is he? It's X Crafty, and it looks like Andrea is here, and Denise is here. I can see names now. Janet and Margie. Hi, everybody. Dee Dee is here. Who else? Tracy is here. Hi, everybody. Beth Valone. I can see people's names. Yay.
Well,
okay.
You can see YouTube. Maybe we need to...
Yeah, I can see YouTube. I can't. If you're on Facebook, I can't see that apparently right now.
Well, maybe we need to pop up. Maybe we need 3 monitors.
Maybe we need a, well, yeah, we'll have to do multiple monitors. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my leaves, and this is the first one. This is going to give me, actually, this isn't the one I want to do first. This is the one I want to do first. Okay. Let me show you the two. This one is going to give me the filler, so this is going to fill in the solid portion of the leaves. And if I lay this on here, it's not going to position really well. It doesn't give me enough detail to know that I'm positioning that right or correctly. This one gives me a lot more detail, and it kind of really shows the ins and outs of where those flowers are supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead with this one now. Lay this on here, and one of the things I'll tell you too, if you get a little bit of overlap of maybe some of your leaves on your flowers, don't worry about that. Doesn't matter at all. So here we go. We're going to start with this one. This still has green in here. I think I want to make sure I get some of that green off of there, because I don't want these leaves to be green. I do want them to be blue. So I'm just going to give that one more wipe with my extreme cleaner, because I don't think I cleaned it before. And I'm going to just get any excess moisture off of there if I can. And yes, this is what I do. These are my little tips and tricks for you. This is how I do it. I don't want to get water in there, so I'm just making sure it's dry. So Little Boy Blue is not going to be the color I want. Oopsie. Tropical Sea, because this is my little outlines of my leaves. So the Tropical Sea is the darker color. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. Now, I haven't actually done this combination in the tree, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm hoping it's going to be good. We're going to see. This is my process. All right, so this is Tropical Sea. We're going to see how we did. Oh, look how pretty that is. I want a little more in the center there. Let me just get a tiny bit right in the center. Apply a little more pressure. Look how pretty. Oh, I'm loving it. I think it's gorgeous. So, so pretty. So I'm going to clean this so that it's all ready for me the next time. There we go. Get any excess moisture off of there. And then now we're going to go to fill those in. And now I can see, I love photopolymer stamps. Now I can see through exactly to where I need to place this. Now this takes a moment. I'm really fussy about getting this on here just right. I make mistakes with this all the time, so chances are it's gonna be off for you guys here on camera, because that's just my luck, right? Okay, so that is lined up. Let's pick that up, make sure that everything is right in the corner, and now I'm going to fill in those hollow leaves with Little Boy Blue. This is a really soft blue. All right, there we go. We may have to do that again. Oh, look how pretty that is. You know what? I don't think I want to do it again. I think I want to leave that. Maybe I will. I'm going to do one more, because I see some areas where I just want it a little bit darker. Yeah, now it shows up just a little bit better. I think that's really pretty. So is it a Christmas tree? Doesn't have to be. That could be a fall tree. I've got beautiful trees here in Michigan out in the yard all year long. They look like this. Maybe not flowers, but I think it's really pretty. So this is what it looks like, and that's how easy it is. It's literally 4 steps, and you can see how beautifully and perfectly it all comes together. Isn't that gorgeous? You could even do two-tone. I mean, I just did like the light blue and the darker blue for those leaves and everything. But if you wanted to do like a two-tone for your leaves, you could certainly do that as well. So that's all the stamping I'm going to do, but I'm going to show you stamping that I've already done. So give me just a moment and you'll see everything that I've got going on. Put that over there. Okay, so here we go. Look at what has happened here. So you can see everything we've already got. Plus, I also did, so here's that same combination, and I did it in those beautiful little leafy ones, that little leafy piece. But then I've also got the tree in Christmas colors. Isn't that pretty? So I have a darker green, a lighter green, and then I have a light pink. And I didn't go with red in the center on this one. I went with a really beautiful pink. Isn't that so pretty? I think these are gorgeous. I love them. So then here's all these little leafy pieces. And I did these in a couple of different color combinations. Different greens even yet than I did on the tree. So you can do tons and tons and tons of different things with this. Excuse me. Next up, we've got the dies. Now the dies, where's the dies? Where are the dies? Where are the dies? I'm losing stuff. So much stuff here. Okay, these are the dies right here. So we have that one piece that is for those little leafy pieces that I told you about. And then we have these 3 dies for the tree. So I'm going to have Alan go ahead and we're going to cut this out. Now I have lined up already just with tape. I've lined up the 3 dies. They are separate dies. All right, all 3 of these are separate. I'm going to lay this right over. I've got that. Actually, I'm not going to do it that way. I did it that way because I was doing a whole bunch of them, so that was another little tip. I just taped them down, and I was doing a whole bunch of them. I really wanted it to stay, so I taped them down there, but you don't have to do that. So I have them taped together. I'm going to lay this out on here, and let me see where my edge is. Let me make sure I'm not cutting things off on here. Even if I do, though, it's really not that big of a deal. All right, where's my tape? There we go. So I have the dies taped in place. And you know what? I think they've moved. All right, I'm going to retape these because it looks like they've shifted, and I'm not happy with that. So I'm going to do this again. They probably shifted because I ran them through the die cutting machine so many times, and the spacing didn't look right. So I'm going to retape these and get the space. So you can see now that they're 3 different dies. If you only want to use one of these dies, you can. You don't have to use all of them to cut. So if you just want to cut a frame around it, you can do that. Let me just hold that one in place there. But I'm going to show you why I'm using all three. Put the next one in place. And I'm just trying to even that spacing all around. Put that down. And now I'm going to put the third one. Notice the third one doesn't have the little tree trunk at the bottom. It's just a little triangle, which is so, so cute. And I'm going to place this one in. So my spacing is nice and even. So pretty. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to cut through. Oh my gosh, it's always scary to cut through my work. You always hope it's going to turn out, you know. Okay. Alan, do you want to... Actually, let me just move this over here. I'll do it.
So,
Actually, why don't you take this to camera 2, Alan?
so I'm obsolete.
You're obsolete, yes. There we go. All right, let's get this off of here, and then you can move this machine for me, if you will.
No, I'm not.
Come on.
I'm unnecessary. at
You're
this
not
point.
unnecessary.
I've joined the union. I'm no longer.
Stop. Okay, so here are my 3 pieces, right? And now you can see why I ended up with what I had to begin with. Remember, it was all taped to a card, and then I just cut several of them from that. I just left it like that so they were all the same. So here's my 3 pieces. See how they lay together? Isn't that pretty? I'm going to show you some more that I did. I also went to, remember that paper, the Peace and Joy paper? Without even stamping anything, I just went straight to the paper, and I used those 3 dies to cut. Alan, will you come into camera 3? We're too far away. Okay, so here's those 3 pieces, right? Right? I can lay these together, and just like so. And then I have them again in red and in green. I did this because I didn't know what I was going to do for y'all. I thought, I'm just going to have a whole mix of things and see how this works. So now I have these. I could make 4 cards just like this, and I can, you know, layer these up and use foam and have dimension, or I can mix them around. I could do this kind of thing too. Watch this one. What if this goes here, and this goes here. Wait a minute, let's see. Let's put the green one in here, and put this one in here. Or you could really play these up and mix them around a lot and just have a lot of fun with them. Lots of cool things. This is one of the things I love about crafting, is just playing. So everyone gets a pattern. Pattern goes here, but the pattern is in a different place. Look how pretty those are. I could put sentiments in the center of those. I just think they're really, really pretty. You can just keep going and going and going. I can mix those even with this little tree here that I've stamped. Okay, so if I wanted to put, you know, the red in here, I could mix these up and do this kind of thing too. Look how pretty that is. You can just keep going over and over and just have lots and lots and lots of fun with it. So I love this set. The thing I think is so cool is you can use it with the stamped images, or you can use it just with pattern paper and with solid cardstock and just have a lot of fun with it. Incredibly versatile, and I think this is a set that you can use year after year after year. So that's all of those pieces. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to move on and start making cards. You know what it looks like. This is going to make a really pretty fall card. So we're going to go on from that. And so let's start making cards. What do you say? Let's see what we've got. So here I've got a whole bunch of things, thingamajigs. I'm going to go with, so I've got different colored bases and some white toppers. So I've got three different colors, 2 red bases, 2 blue bases, and 2 pink bases. And these are A2, but I have them, with the fold at the top. So I started with 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. I cut it at 4 1/4 and scored it at 5.5. And so I have 6 card bases now from just 3 pieces of cardstock. So let's go ahead and let's start maybe with one of the pinks. I don't think I'm going to make 6 cards today, but we'll see what happens. All right, so now I have a card topper in my Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. What I did, I cut it to, it was A2, so it was 4 1/4 by 5.5. All I did with all of these is cut a quarter of an inch off the short edge, and then a 1/4 of an inch off of the long edge. And so now we're going to start playing. I'm going to build these up, and we're just going to create some fun cards. Now you saw that I already had all of these, right? All I did was just stamping and die cutting, stamping and die cutting. It was quick, it was easy. I haven't laid anything out yet, so I don't know what the cards are going to look like. We're just going to play and start putting these together and see what works and what looks good. I love having dimension, so I'm using foam. This is a Scotch foam tape. I'm just going to put this on the white just to back it. And make sure I have my card folding in the correct way. And lay this on here. Make sure I have it centered to the best of my abilities. I don't want to get my head in the camera. So since I've got pink here, let's see. I'm going to show you something else I did too. I've also cut these out of white, these little trees. I've cut them out of white. So that's going to allow me to back these. Because they're so skinny, I don't have foam. I don't have foam that skinny, and I don't feel like cutting it. So, oopsie, this is going to go on the wrong side. So I'm going to go ahead. Come on out of there. What's happening? It's not coming out. Hello? All right, that's not working. Hold on a minute. Take the tip off of it. All righty. Come on, McFly. There we go. Get a little bit of adhesive here. Just a little bit. And this is going to allow me to build it up just a wee bit. I'm backing it in white, a couple of layers. I'm going to do one more because I have another one here. Actually, do I want to do that in white? I think I do. That's going to give me just that extra little bit of height. Move that around. There we go. And put that together. There we go. So that gives me a little bit of height. And now I'm going to glue that down right to my card base. There we go. So it gives me a little bit of dimension. I'm going to put that right in the middle, just like so. Make sure it's straight. Isn't it pretty already? I went with the pink in the background because I thought it would be pretty. I love nice, cool pink colors. You know, you guys have seen, maybe you've seen our the McKenna Christmas collection that we have right now. Do I want to put that in on the inside there? I'm not sure. Let me see. I might just put this in here. Look how pretty that is. Or do I want this one? I might inset that one down. Have that one go inside there. think I got the white in the way. It's kind of sunken in. I think that's kind of cool. All right, so let me pop that up and out of there because I didn't put any glue on it. I am going to inset, like lay that, recess it in there. And then I think I'm going to pop the center up even more. So I love cutting apart a full pattern like this because then when you kind of puzzle piece it back together again, the puzzle, you know, the picture, it recreates that picture. But when you kind of recess it and pop it out in different, like different depths, you can see those different depths and it's really pretty. There we go. I'm just making sure I get it all pressed down in those areas so it's nice and recessed. And then this piece, I'm going to leave those there. This piece I'm going to put up on some foam because, well, do I want to? Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to. This one I'm going to do on foam. I'm going to do it with white first. But I am going to put foam on it a little bit too. And I want to pop it up even farther than the other. There we go. So you can see, like, I'm like hemming and hawing. That's what it's like when I'm really crafting. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do that? Ah!
What does a hem sound like versus
What does a
haw?
hem versus a haw sound like?
Yeah.
Hemming and hawing?
If you could put it into sound.
I don't know. Back and forth. That's hemming and hawing, I think. There we go. So let's see how that's going to be. That gives us dimension. I'm going to do one more and just pop that right up. So at the center of that is up nice and high, nice and tall. I think it's kind of cool. There we go. Nice dimension. Really pretty. And then still, those flowers just continue. Isn't that pretty? Now you can see that dimension from the side. And I think it's just really cool looking. I could have layered that up, you know, in just a whole bunch of white pieces if I wanted, but that way, like when you really tip it, you wouldn't see that foam, but I think it's still really pretty. Now, I need a sentiment on here, and I've already got that prepared. I have got, this is our Christmas sentiment stack, and I've already gone ahead and stamped all of these. This is the stack stamp. If you're not familiar with it, it's one big stamp. It has a whole bunch of sentiments in here. Here's another one here. So we have like Christmas is better when we're together, Merry Christmas, Jingle All the Way, Making Spirits Bright, a whole bunch of them. So it's one stamp. When you stamp it, you get all of those sentiments stamped plus those little squares. And then you take your stack die, that is one die, you line up the squares, right, with the squares that you stamped, and then you get all of these. Oops, I just dropped one on the floor. So you get all of these. There's 11 in total, and I just store them, you know, I just store them with my stamp set. And then, brand new, we have the Sentiment Stack shadow dies. So I went ahead and I already cut shadows out of the same color cardstock that I showed you guys here, plus I have it in black as well. So I think that's really cool. And I'm thinking that I might put, because I just want a little one, Merry Everything. That's really cute. I could have Merry Everything go right there across it. And let's see. So let's get these out. I don't know if I want to put, I might put pink. I might go with the pink. Let's see. So you just need to get one that is the correct size to go with your sentiment. So it shadows it. So the shadow you only cut out of solid color. And that would go like that, which is nice and light and pink. Or, I think if I do black, it's going to be too heavy. But let's see. Let me get all of these out here. Get a whole bunch of them. Just make a nice mess. And let me see. So here's the same size for the Merry Everything. So tell me what you think. Is that black too strong? Is the black too strong, or do you like the pink better? Anybody want to give me an idea? That black looks awfully strong on this, I think. Ugh, I don't think I like it as well. I think I like it better with the pink. It keeps it nice and fresh and cool. So, yep, I've got a couple of votes for pink, I see. So we're going to go with pink. So I'm just going to layer these up, just a little bit of glue, a little bit of adhesive. Pop that on there, get it centered. There we go. And that I'm just going to go right in the center. I'm not even going to bother putting that on foam. That's just going to go right in the center.
Pink, pink, green.
Pink, pink.
Pink.
Yep, a lot of people wanted pink, I think. Let's go up higher. There we go. Got a lot of glue on there. I think that's pretty. There we go. Look how easy that is. Yay! So that's one card. So let's go ahead and do another one. Let's see. Let's do something. I'm going to do something with this blue, okay? Because I want to do something with fall, I think. So I'm going to grab, where are those papers that I said I liked so much? Let's grab one of those. Let's grab this one. I'm going to trim this tiny little bit, I think. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but we're going to play with it. We're going to see what happens. So, let's see, 5.5, let's do, I'm going to trim this to, do I want that much? Let's do, I was going to trim 1/8 of an inch off. I might have to trim more, but we're going to see how it goes. And then instead of 4 1/4, I'm going to do 4 1/8. I might have to trim more. We're going to see. Again, this is what I go through, just playing with it and seeing how it works. I just want a tiny little bit of an edge. I think that looks good. And then I need a white piece. I'm going to trim this a little bit more. So the white piece, I'm going to trim, I've already trimmed 1/4 of an inch off of each. And let's see how that fits with, so this is what I go through. Because I want to see some of that pattern. I don't care what the pattern looks like. I really want to see the color. So I'm going to trim another 1/8 of an inch off of each side. Again, I'm not concerned with seeing the pattern. I want to see the colors. Because the pattern we want to focus on is the pattern in the stamp set that we just did, that I just played with. So now I can see that little bit of pattern around there. And I think that's a little bit of color, I should say. And I think that's really pretty. I think that layers up really nicely. I'm not going to pop all this up on foam. I'm going to have my little wreath up on foam. So this one, I'm just going to, and I know some people are going, oh no, you're covering up that beautiful pattern paper. Well, you know, I try to use the pattern paper in different ways. And right now, the way I'm using it is just for the color. I'm not as interested in seeing the pattern right now because it's not going to be the focus of my card. The focus of this card is going to be the die cuts that I'm going to use. Let me make sure I have that opening in the right way. Okay, so here's these beautiful die cuts that I did. And I think we're going to just take maybe 4 of these and do a really pretty fall wreath like that. And I think that's going to be really pretty. So I'm going to get, my foam is right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of foam on the back of 4 of these. And Let's see how quickly these come together. All you have to do is have your die cuts ready to go. That might be a little bit too long. A little excess goes here. I think I cut them too long. There we go. Maybe I cut them too wide. Whatever. There we go. So, let's see how this is going to go. Just going to start putting these down. I'm not going to push it down all the way yet. I'm just going to lay them gently here. Overlap them a tiny little bit maybe. And if I like the placement, then I'll press them. What's going on, Alan?
Nothing. When you started this,
What?
when you were coloring this, I thought you were doing my favorite color scheme.
Oh, and then
You
I
went to
didn't.
red and green.
Sorry.
I thought you were surprising me.
I'm sorry. Well, I did surprise you. I made you think I was doing one thing and I
That's
ended up doing
true.
another.
You changed gears on me.
Okay, so that's a pretty wreath. So now I'm going to press those down. I think that works nicely. And so I'm going to do the same thing then with one of these sentiments maybe. Nah, I think I like it down here. Let's see. Right now I'm wishing I had a false sentiment, but I don't have my false sentiments. You know what? I might add a sentiment to this later. I think that's what I'm going to do because I really want to have a fall sentiment on this one. And all I have are my Christmas sentiments out. So we're going to leave this one for right now. Actually, this one I think works if I just put, I don't think I'm going to use this with the actual border behind it. Jingle all the way, dashing through the snow. Everything is Christmas. So I'm going to leave this like this, and I'm going to add my sentiment later because I don't have fall sentiments. We're going to move on to the next card, so I'm going to set that one aside to finish. Next card, let's do another one. Now we're going to do some red and green, and I'm not going to use my stamps at all. Now I'm going to do a red card base, and I'm going to pop this up on foam. This is one of the fun things about having so many pieces ready at hand already. You know, if you just sit and do, like I said, a whole bunch of die cuts like this, you can just sit and play and piece things together. And had I been thinking when I was prepping, I would have done our fall sentiment stack as well. Do we have? Yeah, we have one that's called Harvest Wishes. You want to find that actually? I bet I have it's probably, see the look up, right there. Look in that bin right there. I'll bet you we have one, and I can probably just grab it and put it on here. Find the Harvest Wishes, and look in the back of it. Flip it over and look at the back. Let's see if I have one in there. Okay, so I am going to do, let's see, am I going to do this one? And then this one, and then that one. Look how pretty that is. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that. Okay, let's go ahead and get started.
I don't see the Harvest.
You don't see Harvest Wishes up there?
No,
Okay.
there.
This one, I don't even think I'm going to do, I'm not going to pop this up on foam. Just want to show you how you can do this too, and the card will be completely flush or flat. Because you don't have to have so much dimension on them. That's really just up to you. So there's that one. And then mixing up those colors like we were having fun with. That green and the red, and then the pattern right in the center just to kind of highlight that pattern. you go. Like little puzzle pieces. I think this is a fantastic idea for mass producing Christmas cards or fall cards or whatever it is you want to do. So, so pretty. There we go. Fit that in there. Look how pretty. And then let's go with, how about Feliz Navidad? Oh, I like that, like right there. That's kind of pretty right there. I like that. It fits perfectly right at the base of that. Do I want that on foam? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pop that one up on a little bit of foam. Just to set it apart a bit. Another tiny little piece. And then I think that's going to work right there. Do we like that? Is it better with a little bit of red? See, this is the playtime, folks. I'm telling you, this is what I do. All right, do you like it better on the red? I do. I think it really makes it pop. Makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay, let me center this on here. There we go. A little bit of adhesive. And then lay that right in there. There you go. Maybe straighten it. Oh, it's so cute. I gotta move it over a little bit because it's not centered. That'll drive me a little bit bonkers. There we go. I think that looks really nice. Pattern paper. There's not even any coloring to that. I mean, what a quick card. So pretty. And I still have, I mean, we're almost out of time, but I still have all of my sentiments here, a whole bunch of these. I need to find a fall one for that one card, but I have all of these die cut pieces still to make a whole bunch of cards, just mixing and matching and layering these in, right? So I have all of these. I can even add, here's another white one. So I have all of these. Excuse me, I still have my flowers here. I still have this tree here, right? So I still have all these pieces. And if I want to just keep duplicating these same cards again and again, I can. Or I can just really change it up. You know, here's one, like if I had, I wish I had one of my fall sentiments, but this is probably roughly where I would put the sentiment. And I don't even think I would put that on a back, on one of the shadows. I think I would just leave the white on white and pop it up on foam. But I'm gonna find a fall sentiment and put that there. But look how pretty those are. This stamp set, I'll tell you, the stamp and the dies, it's so incredibly versatile. I just love it. Alan, can we go to camera, back to camera 1? Because we're going to do a little giveaway. Alrighty. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I tried to touch upon, you know, a lot of, you know, a few different ways you can use the set. Give you some little, you know, tips and tricks along the way, and just kind of explain my thought process a little bit, and kind of let you see what it's really like, you know, when I'm crafting, and kind of teach you maybe a little something along the way. So hopefully we did that. So I hope you guys liked it. I love the cards. I think they're fun, and I think that I think they're fantastic for mass producing. So if you haven't already done your Christmas cards, I think that these are really a great set for that. And the great thing is, and I think I've shown this, is that you can really use these in a lot of different seasons. I mean, we can use wreaths, for example. You know, people use wreaths all year long, so you can really get use out of this set all year long. It doesn't have to just be for the holidays. So the giveaway is actually going to be the Holiday Floral. It's a 6x8 stamp set and the dies. So hopefully everybody's getting their name out there. We're going to do one giveaway. Alan is going to give me a name. He's going to take a look at Facebook as well as YouTube, and we're going to see who won. You got a name for me?
Got a name for you. Thomas.
Ariel Thomas. Congratulations, Ariel. You are the winner tonight. How exciting. Ariel, please, if you will, I need you to send us an email. Send it to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. I need your complete name, complete shipping address, mailing address, and we will get your holiday floral stamps and dies out to you right away so you can start creating your very own holiday cards and whatever else you want to create, fall cards, birthday cards, whatever it is you want to do with it, you can do it with this set. So congratulations, get that email off to us so we can get your prize out to you. Congratulations. Awesome, everybody. This was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. So sorry about some of the technical issues that we had early on. We're going to be working out some of these kinks with this new system if we're going to continue with it, but the technology anyway. But we are going to be back next week for another craft class live, and we're going to continue with the holiday series. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to be working with yet, but we'll get it figured out. Make sure, if you haven't already done so, go to our website if you want to get notifications, like on our email list. You can subscribe to the Be in the Know. It's at the bottom. If it doesn't come up on your screen, it'll be at the bottom. But when you subscribe there, that's when you're going to get mail in your inbox. We'll keep you posted on everything that we're doing. You're also going to get daily inspiration from our fabulous design team to show you some more, step through, and tips and tricks and things on using our products. And we always offer up things that maybe you're not going to use them on our, with our products. Maybe, you can always apply these things to the products that you already have in your craft space as well. So, all right, everybody. We would love for you guys to follow us, throughout social media as well. If you want to get notifications for YouTube, make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. We will see you next week. We will be back here. I had a lot of fun. It was great to be here with you guys again tonight. So bye, everybody.